Today Baba says that we must become an embodiment of experience by going into the depths of knowledge. Now you see that, in the world, in Hindi they say, you don't gain experience when you eat almonds. You gain experience when you stumble in life. So it is said, बादाम खाने से अक्ल नहीं आती, ठोकर खाने से आती है. But Baba says that no, you can also become experienced when you really churn on the ocean of knowledge. Baba is the ocean of knowledge. Baba gives us knowledge. And when the knowledge that Baba gives, I take it and not just keep it like information with me. So Baba says, one thing that we do with knowledge is we listen to it and we relate it to others. We share it with others. But if we didn't limit ourselves to that, and if we just took every point of knowledge and go into the depths of that, then this knowledge is going to transform into a treasure of experience. And that experience, so in that treasure of experience, Baba mentions two things. One is being experienced in every virtue. And second thing is having a stock full of powerful thoughts. So when I have this relationship with the ocean of knowledge, and I take points of knowledge and go into the depths of it, I churn on it, I meditate on the points, I reflect on the points, and those points change into an experience. It's not something that I know, but I really know. So it changes into an experience, profound. And with that, with this taking of a point and delving deep into it, I could become an embodiment of every virtue. And I could also have a stock of pure thoughts with me, powerful thoughts with me. And Baba says that if I am successful in doing that, then I would become so powerful that I would never be deceived by Maya. I would never feel, attracted or afraid by what Maya throws at me. And Baba says, I will not be affected by obstacles. Obstacles will not be able to shake me. Now, what is this process of changing a point of knowledge into a deep experience? Now, you see, I'll give you very simple examples. I remember there was this, so when I came into Gyan, the first thing that registered in my buddhi is that I am a soul and it is my mind and my buddhi, and if I want to pay attention to something, then I will feel it, and if I don't pay attention to something, I will not feel it or experience it. And then I thought very deeply about it. So, I used to just sit and think, yes, of course, I am paying attention. So there are so many things going around me. So this is how, you think about a point. So how the reflection happens is you take the point and then you think and you see how that point is actually working in the world around you. So I started thinking that yes, this is so true, because at this point of time there are millions of events going on in the world, but I am not experiencing all of them. I am only experiencing that which I am paying my attention to. So obviously it is clear that you don't experience or feel something because it's there, but because you're paying attention to it. So when I started thinking about it and when I started noticing that yes, this is actually happening and I am actually perceiving everything inside on the basis of my attention and where I'm focusing my attention. And then I started thinking about what is it that is causing me trouble and how could I use this knowledge to come to a place where I could be free from that obstacle or from that problem by not paying attention to it. And at that time, I was sharing a room with a roommate, and she used to keep the light switched on for long, and she was studying, so I couldn't tell her to switch off the light because she had to study. And then I had this timetable of not studying at late at night, and I used to go to sleep early. So then I had this thinking in my mind that I cannot sleep with the light on. So for a long time I was struggling with that. But when I got this knowledge, I thought, okay, so I am actually experiencing something, even if it's the light, the pain of the light which is shining, why am I experiencing it? Because I'm focusing on it. So let me not focus on it. Let me just be okay with it. And let me just engage my mind and intellect in something else. And then I started doing that, and I started sleeping very peacefully with the light on. And then you see, it became an experience with me. It's not something I know or I share, but it's an experience. So for next, when somebody came and shared the same thing with me, I could tell them that no, in despite the sound, despite the light, you could sleep very peacefully, because that was an experience with me, right? So you see, this virtue, this is also a virtue, the virtue of being detached. So you see, the virtue, all virtues stem from points of knowledge. And when you internalize a point of knowledge deeply, then you inculcate a virtue. Now, how do you inculcate the virtue of being detached or being a detached observer? So, this virtue comes from this point of knowledge that I am a soul and I am actually separate from everything around until I decide to focus on it. So if I do not decide to focus on something and I just sit in my swadharma, I just sit in my quality of peace, then the basic design of me is that I am detached from everything and nothing can affect me, and I can be an absolute observer, a very detached and unaffected observer to everything around me. So you see, I am just trying to give you an example of how a point of knowledge becomes a virtue that you imbibe by thinking deeply about it, applying it, and experiencing it. Now, let us take some other examples also. So, you see that one thing that Baba has told us is that whatever you do repeatedly will become your sanskar. And another thing that Baba has told us is that the mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. So, if I am practicing something, if I am performing an act over and over again in my inner world, so let's say I am all the time, thinking about how the light is shining outside, there is a light switched on outside, but I am completely in my control and I don't mind it. I practice this, there's a sound outside and I don't mind it. There's light outside, I don't mind it. There is behavior outside, I don't mind it. If you keep practicing this inside the laboratory of your mind and then you apply it in actual situations, you will see that the sanskar of being detached is being created when you are practicing it in the laboratory of your mind also. You don't have to just practice it outside and create a sanskar. So Baba tells us that through deep thinking, through churning, through deeply diving into the essence of the points of knowledge, you can create an experience, a sanskar. And that sanskar will enable you to be virtuous in situations in which otherwise your vices were getting triggered. Now, just look at this, the point of knowledge that Baba gives us, that Baba is the ocean of love and I am the embodiment of love, and I can be loveful come what may. So, if I just took this point and thought about what is love, so you see, love is a vibration that I receive from Baba. So, when I sit before the ocean of love in meditation, so what do I receive from Baba? It's just pure vibrations of love in which there is a feeling of being accepted, being cared for, being belonging to Baba. So Baba sends me that vibration of love. And then you realize that when I'm sitting with Baba, Baba's love has got nothing to do with me. So Baba is the ocean of love, radiating that vibration of love because he is the ocean of love. And similarly, I am Baba's child, and by virtue of being Baba's child, I have the same quality as my father. So I am also a small point of light radiating that energy of love, that energy of acceptance, that energy of good wishes, that energy of care, that energy of belonging, that you are my brother, you are my brother's soul, through the eyes, through my acts, through the vibrations of my body. And if you just practice this, if you just thought deeply about it and you churned it and you practiced it in the laboratory of your mind, then I am loveful would become an experience. And even in the face of somebody behaving very badly or very rudely, you could hold on to your virtue of love because you have experienced this point of knowledge that I am the child of the ocean of love and I am love, by thinking deeply about it and reflecting and meditating upon it. And Baba says that this is the way in which we become experienced in every virtue. And I will give you one more example from my own practice, and this is a very this is a virtue very close to my heart, and I have shared it in many classes. And you see, Baba tells us that you are a soul and you don't have any fear, because a soul never dies and a soul is beyond ego. So a soul is beyond death and beyond ego. So nobody can take away my self-respect, nobody can dishonor me, and nobody can kill me. So do you understand that only you have the power to dishonor yourself through your own actions, and nobody else can dishonor you, because you are a soul and your honor, your esteem lies in your karma, and you cannot be dishonored because somebody tries to, put you down or speak rudely to you or insult you or defame you. So a soul is seated on the seat of self-honor and on the seat of immortality. So I am a soul, I never die, and I am always in self-esteem. My esteem is not a gift from a human being, and it cannot be taken away by them. So nobody has given me self-esteem. My self-esteem is given by Baba. My self-esteem is based on my good karma, and nobody can take that away from me. So you see, there is this thing about fear. Fear is a vice, and why do we feel afraid? Because this point of knowledge that I am a soul and nobody can kill me and nobody can dishonor me doesn't sit in my buddhi. And if you really deeply churn on this, that I am a soul, I never ever die. You see, even if somebody is able to kill the body, I will still be me. So, I will lose the body, I will not lose anything else. And when I lose one body, I get another body. So, when you sit and deeply reflect on this, I don't know how much time you spend reflecting on knowledge, but I do that a lot. And when I sit and reflect on knowledge, then, apart from just giving a manthan class, that's very easy, I'm telling you. That you can do just like that also. But then, internalizing and experiencing the jewels of knowledge is a very big deal. And when you do that, it brings you to another plane, where you can really feel the spiritual truths and you can experience the power behind every point of knowledge. And I remember there was a time when I came into Gyan, and every day at Amrit Vela and all through the day, I would keep churning on, I am a soul, nobody can kill me, nobody can dishonor me, nobody can take away my spirit. So, nobody can take away my zeal, enthusiasm, nobody can dishonor me, nobody can kill me. So, I just practiced this for, I think, a good 6 months. And every day I used to just go deeper and deeper into the realization of this truth. And it gave me a very big virtue, the virtue of fearlessness. And this virtue has helped me in this Brahmin life to combat Maya. So, Baba says that Maya will come in the form of obstacles, Maya will come in the form of the various illusions. And what happens is, Maya tries to scare you so that you take a step backwards. But if you are not afraid, if you're fearless, then Maya cannot scare you on this path and you will reach your destination. So Baba says that, take every point of knowledge. And until now, I have just talked about the point of the soul. So, Baba gives us the knowledge of the soul, Baba gives us the knowledge of drama, Baba gives us the knowledge of Baba. But I'm just giving you 2-3 examples from the knowledge of the soul. And if you just internalize the knowledge of the soul by deep thinking about the points that Baba tells us about the soul. So you see, there is another point about the soul that Baba gives, that you see, everything that I have done, everything that I am doing, and everything that I have to do in the future is already pre-recorded in me. Do you understand that? You are like a pre-recorded CD in this gramophone of life, and you are here and everything is pre-recorded in you. You don't have to worry about what will I do if this situation comes up tomorrow, because whatever will come up tomorrow, you have dealt with that every 5,000 years, and that recording is there in you. So, if you just churned on this knowledge and deeply instilled it in you, in yourself, then you will be free from, worry and concern about future. And with this, you come up with very powerful thoughts, that so I remember when I churned deeply on this point of knowledge, that everything that happened, that is happening, that I did, or that I'm doing, or that I will do, is according to a predestined recording in me. So when I churned on this very deeply, then I had this thing, that people say we will cross the bridge when we arrive there. But I have really come up with that realization that whatever bridge you arrive there, whenever you arrive at a problem, you will cross it. And so whenever, there is this thing about this discussion about what will happen if this happens, or if this situation comes up, then of course I think about what I will do, but then there is no worry, because I know that I have faced every situation that I will face in the future, every cycle. So if you churn on every point of knowledge deeply, then you come up with these very powerful thoughts like nothing new, or everybody is doing what they are destined to do. This is a benevolent drama, and these are the powerful thoughts you create. And there is another thought which I create in every situation, especially in relationship issues. So when you are with a soul who is having difficult sanskars, then I have come up with this experience, with this deep knowing that what every soul is seeking is love, and what they are doing is because of their weakness. And when you know that they are not doing something bad, they are just they are not doing, they are not being bad for the sake of being bad. They are being bad because they are weak. And when you just churn on this, that when the soul becomes depleted, then what will it do? It will hold on to everything, hold on to ego, hold on to the body, hold on to money, hold on to everything. They will not even do what Baba asked them to do, because they are clinging on to everything. They are clinging on to that I and my desperately, because that soul is weak. So whenever you see anybody, not listening to good directions, or not listening to good advice, or not even listening to Baba, so they are listening to the Murli but doing something which absolutely Baba is not telling to do, and not doing that which Baba is telling to do, then just have that knowing, that thought that this is a weak soul. And a weak soul deserves compassion. A weak soul doesn't deserve punishment. So you don't punish the weak, you have compassion for the weak. And these are very powerful thoughts. When these thoughts emerge, one thought can just shatter all the negativity, all the questions, and these powerful thoughts you arrive at when you churn on every point of knowledge. And there are some points, some powerful thoughts which Baba gives us, like nothing new. So, whenever there is a situation and you have internalized that I have crossed every scene every 5,000 years and it's nothing new, one thought can just make you worry free. Nothing new. Or this is not a bad person, this is a weak soul. This can kill all your judgment, or this will just finish all your why and what regarding the soul. So Baba says that come up with these powerful thoughts, and or whatever is happening according to the drama, and the drama is kalyankari. So this thought also, it changes your attitude of fear and worry, and just helps you embrace the goodness of the drama. So Baba says, when we churn deeply on the points of knowledge, we come up with experience, we come up with virtues, and that virtue is like a light, just like when the light shines, the darkness goes off. So when the virtue emerges, all the vices go off. And then the vices are the door to Maya, right? So when the door to Maya is closed, Maya cannot bring any misfortune to you, or Maya cannot deceive you. And then Baba says, if you churn on the knowledge deeply, then you will come up with a stock of powerful thoughts that will help you deal with very many situations in a very, in a very, in a very light and easy manner. So this is what Baba says today. And then Baba today says that we children are, this life, this Sangam Yugi life is very valuable. So people say human life is very valuable, but Baba says human life in Kali Yuga is not valuable, because you see, human beings, let alone creating value or living a valuable life, they are actually becoming the instruments for spoiling their own fortune and also bringing misfortune to the world. But Baba says, when you realize yourself, so in Sangam Yuga is a age of realization, self-realization, God realization, and the realization of my beginning, middle, and end. And Baba says, in Sangam Yuga, because Baba gives us the knowledge of the soul, Baba gives us the knowledge that the soul is God's child, and Baba gives us the knowledge that I am a deity soul, I am a worship worthy soul, I am a Brahmin soul, I am the right hand of God. So when I realize all of this and I shift from the limited to the unlimited. So, when I was in body consciousness, I was defining and seeing and describing myself in a very limited way. I was limited by my body, I was limited by my sanskars, I was limited by my circumstances. But now, when Baba tells me, Baba gives me the introduction of my unlimited self, my unlimited Father, and my unlimited journey. So then Baba pulls me from this limited consciousness to unlimited consciousness. And when I arrive at the unlimited consciousness, then I am very purposeful, very powerful. because then I know that I am not the one waiting for the angels. I am the angel. I know I am not the one waiting for, God to send somebody to save me. I am the one who God has chosen, Shiv Baba has chosen to save the world. So Baba says, when you realize this, when you know who you really are, when you shift from the limited consciousness to unlimited consciousness, then this life is very valuable. So, we always hear this thing, be the change. Be the change that that you want to see in the world. But Baba tells us, don't be the change, you are the change. You are that one. So Baba is every day reminding us that you are the one you are worshipping for. You are that soul who you are calling out. You are that deity that you were praying to. And this knowledge, as it sits in my buddhi, I rise above my limitations. And then I understand that I am not the limited. I am the one who is the instrument to pull everyone out of the limited to the unlimited. So when you realize that the one you were seeking is you, but the world is today, it is very infatuated by this phrase that the one you are seeking is seeking you. But the Baba tells us the one you are seeking is you. The one you are seeking is not seeking you. The one you are seeking is you. And when you arrive at that, and when you realize that all this while the one I was seeking is actually I am the angel, I am the deity that I kept calling out to. And God is, I thought that God will help me, but Baba tells me that you and I together will help the whole world. So Baba helps me help myself. Baba helps me help everybody. So when Baba tells me that you are, Baba today gives us very profound title. Baba says you are the mother and father of the world. So you are the world mothers. So Baba says that the Supreme Father is one, but then just like Prajapita Brahma, we are also instruments. We are also instruments to give sustenance to all souls. We are not the ones who are seeking sustenance. The Supreme Sustainer has made us realize that I am the Master Sustainer. And when you move from that limited consciousness to unlimited consciousness, then you become an asset for the world. And then this life of yours becomes very valuable. And when your life is valuable, then what do? You take care. So, this Sangam Yugi life, even keeping yourself alive is very important. So, taking care of your physical health, of everything is very important right now, because you are the ones who are valuable to the world. So, when you are valuable, a thing of value has to be taken care of. So, I have to take care of myself in every way, because I am an asset to the world. I am the one that, Baba has assigned to take care of the world. Okay, Om Shanti.